Hey, good morning everybody. It's Jenny with Berkeley Farm, and I wanted to show you something that Brett found out in the yard yesterday. So yesterday we were having like a socially distanced work day where we had different family units that were working in pods, like, you know, on totally different projects. And a part of that was we were totally cleaning out the chicken coop where the chickens and the ducks sleep together. And so we had the door open, the ducks were, and the chickens were all over the yard, just everywhere. So Brett was, and this was happening during the time that they usually do lay their eggs. So we were sort of on an egg hunt yesterday where the chickens and the ducks were forced to lay their eggs in other places because their nesting boxes were getting cleaned. So Brett found this duck egg late yesterday after everybody went home, and I want to show you. First of all, can you see that little indentation on the top? I don't even know if I can pick this up. It's so fragile. Let me see if I can do that. Look. Can you tell? Look. So this is what's called a rubber egg. And it's not good. You can't eat it. So what happens is it's more common with chickens, but ducks can lay these things too. And there's lots of different reasons why they can lay these very, very, very soft-shelled eggs that are called rubber eggs like this. One of them could be that the duck or the chicken could be very young or very old, and like the young chicken just hasn't, they're not, that their system is not fully developed yet, so they can lay some funky eggs. The older chicken, well, it's just older, so again, funky eggs. Another reason could be a vitamin D deficiency. If you've got chickens or ducks that are locked up or cooped up a lot, that is not an issue here, because we let ours out immediately. Like this is, I'm up right now, it's right after the sun came up this morning, so this is very early this morning. And I'm about ready to go out to the coop and let everybody out. So ours are out all the time and they get that sunshine, and so I doubt that it's vitamin D levels. It could also be extreme stress. I'm not seeing that one. So I've kind of gone down the list on what could cause this, and really I'm not that concerned, because if we were seeing a whole bunch of rubber eggs from both chickens and ducks, then that would concern me, or more than an occasional one like this. I'm serious, this happens like twice a year. So sometimes it's just a fluke, and if it's just a fluke, then you don't really need to do too much more about it. Put that back down. It's so fragile. Look at this. Look. Isn't that weird? So what I'm thinking it is just a lack of calcium in their diet. So that can lead to that first layer of shell forming, but not the outer hard layer, or just sometimes they can be laid without a shell at all, which is really weird. I haven't seen that one yet. So basically the remedy for this is you add more calcium back into their diet, which is kind of a free form, you know, where they can, or free will, where they can eat as much as they want, whenever they want, of either crushed eggshell and or crushed oyster shell. So we save their eggshells after we crack them open, and then we crush them. And typically what we do is that we add it back into, you know, their feed, their chicken feed. But I think what I'm going to start doing is putting it in a separate area where it's just 100% crushed eggshell, crushed oyster shell, so they can free range eat it, you know, whenever they want. So that should really help. Isn't that weird, you guys? Look. It's so strange. So strange. And the reason I say it's not safe to eat, I mean, really, there's so many other eggs that, you know, are safe to eat. Why would you even try? I'm not into taking a risk with things that I'm not sure are okay. And a big reason for, you know, the healthy, strong shell around an egg is to prevent bacteria from getting in. So if you've got a really soft shell like this, or rubber shell, bacteria could get in. There's no way I'm eating this. And somebody say, oh, well, don't waste it. Give it to your animals. Well, why would I give something to my animals that could be like bad? I'm not doing that. I don't give my animals anything that's rotten or obviously moldy or has got some issue with it or anything like that. I just don't do that. I don't see the point in that. So this will probably just go into the compost pile. But I just wanted to show you guys. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So if you are a new chicken or duck farmer and you see this weird kind of egg, that's what's going on. So remember, it could be age of the chicken, could be stress, could be low vitamin D levels, inactivity. In very, very rare cases, it could be like a disease like, what is that one called? Newcastle. It's not typical. And like I said, I'm not overly concerned because if I saw more than one of these right around the same time, then that would alert me that there's something more going on in my entire flock. This is a rare thing. So I'm thinking it's either the calcium issue in the diet or it's just an old or a very young chicken. So anyway, actually duck is the duck egg. So we don't have young ducks, so it could be just an older duck. You never know. Anyway, just thought I'd let you see that, and it's always good, you know, when you're first starting out with chickens or ducks, to actually not just read an article like about this, but to see what does that actually look like. What does it feel like? It's very thin and papery, and what could be the causes. So those are possible causes. That's what I'm going to do. It's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal unless you see a whole bunch happening at once or a few happening in a short period of time, which I'm not seeing. So anyway, I'm gonna up the ante in my calcium in my chicken feed. And that should snap that one out of it. Anyway, I hope you guys are gonna have a good day. Do what you can to make it a good day, and I will see you back here again tomorrow. Bye.